and welcome back to a brand new episode of Igraasp. Digital well-being is crucial in today's digital age. It involves creating a healthy and balanced relationship with technology, setting limits on screen time, and engaging in physical and social interactions help promote overall well-being. Let's begin with the news capsule.
The G20 summit held in New Delhi last weekend was a huge success. Not only was the capital city glittering with lights, thematic murals, and aesthetic landscaping as it welcomed one of the world's largest political gatherings, but the summit also managed to achieve consensus among world leaders in important issues like climate change. Among other things, the summit saw the launch of the India-Middle East-Europe Mega Economic Corridor, which will give a new direction to connectivity and sustainable development to the entire world. And in another historic development, the New Delhi Declaration was unanimously adopted by leaders of the G20. This document contains over 112 clearly defined outcomes focused on geopolitical tensions, sustainable growth, and creating an inclusive world, among other points. At the end of the summit, India handed over the G20 presidency to the Brazilian President Lula, which will be held later this year. We hope to see some major progress by then.
Novak Djokovic defeated Daniil Medvedev in straight sets at the US Open final to clinch his 24th Grand Slam singles crown. Did you know that he's now drawn with Margaret Court's all-time record of 24 major titles? This victory was also Djokovic's third Grand Slam title of the season after wins at the Australian and French Opens. Meanwhile, Rohan Bopanna and Matthew Ebden lost the finals for men's doubles to defending champions Rajiv Ram and Joe Salisbury. And over at the women's competition, Coco Gauff won the singles finals to claim her first Grand Slam title at age 19 after defending Aryna Sabalenka. What an exciting weekend of tennis it was.
Earlier this week, Virat Kohli's magnificent performance produced a historic result as India thrashed Team Pakistan by a record 228-run margin in the Super 4 game of the Asia Cup taking place in Sri Lanka. Did you know that Virat Kohli became the fastest cricketer in history to score 13,000 runs in ODI cricket during this very match? And just a few days later, Team India emerged victorious yet again against Sri Lanka in their Super 4 match to confirm a slot in the finals of the Cup. The exciting finals of the Asia Cup will be taking place later today, and we are sure that all of you are ready to support our boys in blue. All the best!
Last week, Germany scripted history by beating Serbia in the finals to win their first ever Basketball World Cup title. Did you know that the German team was unbeaten through the tournament? Despite this incredible performance, the team was appearing in the finals for the first time in their lives. Dennis Schroeder finished as Germany's top scorer with 28 points. Germany and Serbia have already secured spots for the Paris Olympics 2024 and will probably face off again soon. We congratulate the German team for making their country so proud.
Last week, the country of Morocco was struck by a devastating 6.8 magnitude earthquake. This was the strongest earthquake to hit the region in over a century and has resulted in widespread destruction. Did you know that Morocco is in North Africa? It is also one of the world's largest producers of phosphates, which are used to make fertilizers. Several countries and international aid groups have come forward to provide support to Morocco to deal with this crisis. Our prayers go out to all those affected.
India has definitely made a name for itself in the global space race after its successful Chandrayaan-3 and Aditya L1 missions. And now India is ready to hit another thrilling milestone. At the G20 summit last weekend, India and US started talks to send an Indian astronaut to the International Space Station in 2024. Did you know that the astronaut would be the second Indian citizen to travel into space? The first and only Indian citizen to go to space so far is astronaut Rakesh Sharma in 1984. India is truly making a name for itself, not just around the world but around the galaxy as well.
The moon contains a repository of vast resources, crucial for all kinds of modern technology. However, it has been impossible to fully utilize these resources because the moon poses many interesting challenges. Did you know that the temperatures can go down to nearly minus 248 degrees Celsius on the lunar surface? However, in a recent development, scientists in the UK have found a unique way to generate the energy required to sustain life in extreme environments such as the moon. This remarkable discovery might finally help humanity make a home on the moon. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more such exciting news.
Last week, the United Nations released its first global report card on how well countries have tackled climate change. Do you know that this report was to measure success against the goals adopted by over 200 countries during the monumental 2015 Paris Climate Agreement? The report card found that many countries have taken enough action to slow global warming a bit. But it also mentions that we need to work harder to achieve the goal of completely reducing our greenhouse gas emissions this century. We are looking forward to the next UN meeting on climate change taking place in Dubai at the end of the year.
She might have been raised in the hills, but Dehradun-born Payal Gupta of the Indian Navy always had her eyes set on the oceans. And now, Payal is part of an all-women crew that will be sailing around the world on a yacht. But that's not all. What's more incredible is that the crew will be sailing without using any modern navigation equipment. Yes, you heard that right. The female crew is going to travel the way sailors used to centuries ago by calculating the position of their ship using the positions of stars and planets with the help of maps. Isn't that so fascinating, Igraaspers?
Interesting.
After hosting the coveted G20 summit last week, India is ready to host yet another exciting global event, this time of a different flavor. The 71st Miss World 2023 competition will be taking place in Kashmir later this year. The organizers said that India was chosen as a destination due to the popularity of Indian hospitality, our immense diversity, and our beautiful landscapes. Over 140 nations will be participating, and we can't wait to host them again.
Landmark of the week. Chartres Cathedral, Chartres, France, is 34 meters high and 130 meters long. It was made a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1979. It is best known for its unusual architecture, numerous sculptures, and its 176 stained glass windows. Built out of limestone, it symbolizes the peak of the French Gothic art. The cathedral is a famous tourism and pilgrimage spot, as it is said to house the tunic worn by the Virgin Mother Mary at Christ's birth.
The word of the week is antimacassar, which means a small ornamental covering thrown on the back of furniture to prevent it from soiling. The antimacassar on your sofa is quite beautiful. Where did you buy it from?
It's time to learn some idioms and proverbs.
The idiom of the week is like riding a bicycle, something that once learned cannot be forgotten. My mother was a seamstress, so for her sewing was like riding a bicycle. The riddle of the week is, what word in the English language uses all 5 vowels plus Y in alphabetical order and uses each only once? Facetiously.
Dear Igraspers, this week let's explore the Great Barrier Reef in Australia. Find out about the history, composition, geography, and many more facts through this informative and engaging book. Does it compel you to visit or revisit the place? What was your favorite part? Don't forget to share these thoughts at igraasp.com/iClub.
Did you know that American swimmer Michael Phelps has won a whopping 28 Olympic medals, out of which 23 are gold medals. While this makes him the highest medal winning individual in the history of Summer Olympics, Canadian athlete Clara Hughes holds the record for being highest medal winning Olympian for both Summer and Winter Olympics.
Quiz time! In which year did Michael Phelps first qualify for the Summer Olympics? Send your answers to contact us at igraasp.com along with your full name, school name, and a photograph. Answer to the last week's quiz. The Martian atmosphere is dominated by large dust particles that scatter the light, causing it to look blue. This is known as the me-scattering effect. This certificate of appreciation is presented to Tarwala Taiba Abdul Rauf of Jafarboy Rahimtullah Municipal School for successfully participating in the weekly quiz on India's leading news channel for tweens, Igraasp.
It's vital to learn about online safety, including the importance of protecting personal information, emphasizing on the value of meaningful relationships and face-to-face interactions over virtual connections is essential. Therefore, keep your doors open to social communication and discipline yourself towards a positive digital environment for overall well-being in the world. Bye-bye. See you next week.